I once volunteered at a refugee camp in Katsikas, Greece. My job was to be an interpreter for the French-speaking Africans who escaped Africa's famine, its war, to seek a better life in Europe. The refugee camp lived on the goodwill of people's donations, so its resources was very limited to what charities would be willing to give us. And to give you context, there were thousands of refugees inside the camp that lived in RV vans that were cramped. These refugees came from war-torn countries like in the Middle East to Africa, and my job was to be the middleman, to make sure all communication was thorough between the camp and the refugees that would come in. So I had to relay all type of information back and forth between both parties. We had a currency system for the refugees that lived there, which was monopoly money, and that monopoly money could be exchanged for real goods like food and diapers. Each family was given a limited amount of monopoly money as we were bone dry, as we had no resources really at the time. So it was very difficult. All we could really give was the bare necessities to the refugees living in that camp. So you can imagine the situations that can unfold. It is very difficult to run a refugee camp that lives on the goodwill of people. We made no money. The refugee camp made no money. It depended on people actually donating money, on people donating food, on people donating supplies to be able to give to the refugee. One day, a crying dad came up to me, begging me for diapers for his baby boy. And I looked at the baby boy in his hands. He had a rash in his butt and his diaper was infested with bugs. It was a horrid smell. I told him that I can't give you diapers, that we're really low on resources, and if I give you diapers, it would create precedent, and then everybody would want a diaper. And then he got on his knees and he pleaded with me, Raul, please, please, please. I haven't been able to change my kid's diaper in 2 weeks. I'm scared for his life. Once again, I told him, I understand your pain, but rules are rules, and I just can't give you diapers, something we don't have the luxury of giving out. And he stopped crying. He looked at me in the eyes and he said, you don't understand me, because in a couple hours, you get to go home, take a hot shower, and go sleep in your comfortable bed. And when you wake up, you get to have a delicious breakfast, and you don't have a lack of water. How can you understand me when you live that type of life? He went on for a couple minutes, venting his struggles, his deepest desires. I broke the rules that night and learned that sometimes you have to think with your heart, not with your head. Say hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Salam.
Salam. Where are you from, Salam?
From Syria.
Syria?
Yes.
Say hi.
Hi.
I find it foolish seeing people on the internet taking sides during war while they're in an environment that's cozy, thousands of miles away from the actual battlefield. They don't know how life is out there. They don't know the struggle. Although I studied political science, you'll never find me discussing politics, religion, with my family, with my friends, because there's no point in arguing. We can argue for days and days and days, trying to preach our principles, trying to preach our values, but the only thing you're creating is alienation between you and your family. There's no point in arguing when no one's right or wrong. One of my mentors once said, you don't like how the world is? Change it. Become rich enough, become powerful enough to shape the world you want it to be. But for now, be quiet and observe.